Your muscles don't grow because you lift weights, they grow because you slightly ruin them and your body panics in a productive way. Every rep is basically tiny, polite vandalism, microscopic tears in your muscle fibers. Then your body shows up like an overachieving contractor. Will rebuild, but bigger. Why bigger? Because your biology assumes you'll make the same terrible decision again. So it reinforces the area, adds more protein, more fibers, like upgrading from a garden fence to a fortress. And that post-workout soreness, that's just your muscles filing a complaint while secretly installing upgrades overnight. Your muscles don't get bigger because they enjoy your workout, they get bigger because you mildly wreck them. When you lift something heavy, especially during the lowering phase, tiny structures inside your muscle fibers called sarcomeres get pulled apart like overenthusiastic party decorations. This creates microscopic damage, which sounds bad because it is, but it's the good kind of bad, like breaking a glow stick. Your body sees this damage and goes, "Wow, we clearly underestimated this person's questionable life choices," and sends in a repair crew. That crew includes satellite cells, which are basically muscle stem cells that wake up, fuse with the damaged fibers, and donate extra nuclei. More nuclei means more capacity to build proteins, which means thicker, stronger muscle fibers. So every time you do that last painful rep, you're essentially filing a complaint with your body that says, "Please upgrade me." The catch is that the damage has to be just right, too little, and your body shrugs, too much, and it panics like you tried to bench press a car. So muscle growth is this delicate balance of controlled destruction, like remodeling a house by carefully smashing only the walls you can afford to rebuild. Congratulations! Your gym session is basically a demolition project with a very optimistic contractor. Here's the twist. The workout itself doesn't make you bigger, your couch does. Well, your couch plus food plus time. After you finish exercising, your body flips into repair mode and starts a process called muscle protein synthesis, which is just a fancy way of saying, let's rebuild this mess, but better. Amino acids from the protein you eat get assembled into new muscle proteins, patching up the damaged fibers and adding extra material so they can handle future stress. It's like your body hired contractors who not only fix the cracked wall, but also reinforce it with steel beams, because clearly you're going to do something dumb again. This rebuilding takes hours to days, which is why rest is crucial. If you keep hammering the same muscle without recovery, you're basically firing the construction crew mid-job. Hormones like insulin and growth factors help shuttle nutrients and signal the rebuilding process, while sleep is when a lot of this work gets done efficiently. So if you're skipping sleep but hitting the gym hard, you're essentially showing up to a construction site every day, smashing things and never letting anyone rebuild. The real gains happen when you're doing absolutely nothing, which is both scientifically accurate and emotionally confusing. Muscles are incredibly lazy in the most efficient way possible. They only change when they absolutely have to. This is where progressive overload comes in, which is just a polite term for keep making things harder. If you lift the same weight for the same reps forever, your body quickly figures out, oh, this again? We've got this, and stops adapting. But when you add a little more weight, or squeeze out an extra rep, or slow things down, you're essentially moving the goalposts just enough to keep your muscles slightly uncomfortable. That discomfort is the signal that says, we need an upgrade. Think of it like learning to carry groceries. At first, one trip is a struggle. Then suddenly, you're carrying 10 bags and a watermelon like a hero. Your muscles are doing the same thing internally, adding more contractile proteins to handle the increased demand. The key is gradual progression. If you jump too far, your body doesn't adapt. It just files an injury report. So muscle growth is less about heroic, one-time efforts and more about consistently nudging your limits. It's like convincing your body to level up in a video game by repeatedly presenting it with slightly more annoying challenges. Eventually, it caves and upgrades your stats. You can't build a bigger house without more bricks, and your muscles are extremely picky about their bricks. Protein is broken down into amino acids, which your body uses as the building blocks for new muscle tissue. If you're not eating enough protein, your body is basically trying to fix a damaged wall with a handful of crumbs and good intentions. It's not going to end well. But it's not just protein calories overall matter, because building tissue requires energy. If you're in a big calorie deficit, your body is more focused on survival than aesthetics, which means muscle growth slows down or stalls. Timing can help too. Eating protein after a workout gives your body immediate access to materials when it's most eager to rebuild. And hydration plays a role because muscle cells function better when they're well hydrated. Think of it like trying to inflate a balloon versus a dried out raisin. The funny part is that your body doesn't care that you want visible abs or bigger arms. It's just responding to available resources and demands. Give it enough materials and a reason to use them, and it will quietly start upgrading your muscles behind the scenes like a very dedicated, slightly judgmental contractor. If you had to pick the most anabolic thing you can do, it might be going to bed. During sleep, your body ramps up processes that repair and rebuild tissues, including the release of growth hormone, which helps stimulate muscle protein synthesis. It's like your body runs a nighttime shift where all the heavy construction gets done while you're unconscious and drooling slightly. Without enough sleep, this process gets disrupted, and your ability to recover and grow takes a hit. Plus, lack of sleep messes with hormones that regulate hunger and stress, which can indirectly sabotage your progress by making you hungrier, crankier, and less capable of pushing hard in workouts. Recovery also includes giving specific muscles time off between sessions so the repair process can actually finish. If you train the same muscle intensely every day, you're basically reopening the wound before it heals, which is less getting swole and more slowly becoming a cautionary tale. So while the highlight reel is lifting heavy things and looking impressive, the real magic is happening when you're resting, eating, and sleeping. Muscle growth isn't about how hard you can destroy your body, it's about how well your body can rebuild from that destruction, ideally while you're completely unaware of it.